this is about like my third time doing this. I did think about what if Deku was abandoned one. Then the second one was what if Deku was, Aizawa's son. Then third one, what if Deku was trained by Stain. So this one came, I was thinking about it when I fell asleep last night. What if Deku was Aizawa's son slash abandoned? So basically, he'll be Aizawa's son, or yes, he will be Aizawa's son, but he'll be, trained by Stain as All right, so Inko and Aizawa met at a party. How they have like 10 years ahead, 10 years later, come back to like come back to college. Those type of parties. So they had that type of party, and they saw each other. Like, oh, Aizawa, your hair gotten way longer last time I saw you, and you look a lot prettier last time I saw you. They were a thing back in college, but then they broke off because as a friend died. If you know, you know. If you don't, then too bad. Spoilers. So as they talking. They have drinks, of course, because they're adults. They have a little, what was the word? Sense. It's that one word I can't say, but they feel each other, and they're like, mm-hmm. So she's like, well, I don't live that far away. We can walk. He says, lead the way. As they both, as he goes, dinner to dinner, as he started clapping, Ego cheek, and he said, where you want it? Oh, as they are like, few, like, the morning Aizawa, she's known Aizawa as the hero, Eraserhead. And, he's like, what happened last night? Then as he, you know, I'm about to be late, he doesn't even remember about Inko. He just remembered that it was somebody else. He's like, oh shit. So Inko's like, I hope I use a condom. Then she like, yeah, yeah, yeah. Then she just like, I say about, of course, 2 weeks later, she's like, oh, my stomach. Then she throws up. She's like, I need to go to the doctor. She goes to the doctor and says, ma'am, congrats that. She says, congrats. And she says, what congrats? You're pregnant. And she's like, what? Um, no. No. I can't be. Have you had any, sexual encounters recently? She says, yeah, but I made sure, well, sometimes can happen even without, inside. And she says, wow. So, as the doctor said, it's a male figure in the life, or we had an argument, or it was just a one night stand, and he, no, haven't been able to get in contact with him ever since. And she, like, feels bad that this child she's gonna have, because she don't believe in abortions, and if you do, what's wrong with you? Why would you even want to have sex? Like, what's your problem? Anyway, um, as she's like, I want to raise this child by myself. He says, there is a parent helping program that helps you, get started out with the baby, gives you milk and everything. He says, thank you, doctor. As he hands her a paper, says, this is it. All you gotta do is go here every Saturday, and you'll be okay. And she says, thank you. He says, it's also free. She's thanks so again. As she walks, you know, 9 months later, she's giving birth to Izuku. She is pushing. When I say she is pushing, she is pushing. She is screaming her ass off. Like, Then, she's like, oh. Then the doctor say, it's a baby boy. Oh, look at him. As Deku open his eyes, and they see his eyes are red, like already red, as they feel like his their energy is being sucked out of them. And they said, "Oh, you have a beautiful baby boy." And then now he's cleaning Izuku, got the umbilical cord. And this, Izuku crying. And as he closed his eyes, everybody feel their strength coming back to them. He's like, "Oh, I'm not tired anymore." And doctor's like, we gotta run some tests on the baby, make sure he's safe. Then as they open one of Izuku's eyes, the doctor will look deep into his eyes, then feel, he's like, he tried using his quirk. He's like, as he look over at Izuku and like, I thought something weird just happened. As like 4 years later, Izuku's in school, and all the kids don't really like Izuku because they make him feel weird, except for Bakugo. He's really a I should say female Bakugo. She is really attracted to Deku. He gives off this mysterious loner vibes that they try to be by themselves, but people always mess with them. It's like, hey, don't mind what other people say. They're just bullies. As her quirk will awaken when she throws her hands in the sky, excited. She says, "Don't worry about it. I want to play." Then the explosion will like tiny sparks will explode from her hands. It's like, "Oh, teacher, look!" As Izuku will try his best not to look. His head is down, so Izuku knows that when he opens his eyes, people will start to feel weird and like not be motivated, just like feel loose and sluggish. So he tries his best not to look at her So he wears sunglasses. As long as he doesn't like make eye to eye he looks at them basically. And as long as he has something to block it with, he's alright. So he says, that's really nice. And she's like, "Thank you." Like shades will work. Or blindfold will work. Not glasses, because you can see through glasses, of course. So as long as his eyes are being blocked, he's alright. Then Izuku is an alcohol. Not Izuku. Inko is an alcoholic because she's been, you know, who the father is. She don't want to do a DNA test. 'Cause if somebody that she knows, it's gonna be a problem. Somebody she doesn't know, it's gonna be the problem. So she's started, dating Hasashi, and Hasashi. Well, they go to the cork doctor, instantly. "Oh, my fault, ma'am. He's corkless." And Izuku was, shocked. But he don't feel quirkless. He doesn't say nothing. As he's like, hmm. Then Inko's like, "Wow, what use this?" And I had you for 4 years, 9 months and 4 years for no reason. And hold on. All right, I'm sorry if I hear music in the background. Today is still my mom's birthday, so y'all getting a double upload today. So as I left off, yeah, Izuku, Inko is um Yeah, Inko is dating Asashi, and Asashi hates quirkless people. He, has this virus. So he says, "You either choose that kid or me." As she says, "Okay, all right." As she says, "Fine, I choose you." As she begin, he said, "Then get on your knees." Then she started to get on the Gakok 2000, and after that, she says, "Pack your bags, we're leaving." And Izuku was like, okay. As she's like driving. Then she throws Izuku out of the car and says, "Mom, what's going on?" And she says, "Get the hell out of here. Don't come back." As Izuku is like 4, he doesn't even know where his address is. So he has no idea where he is. She just threw him off into the the hood, basically, to the hood part of Tokyo or wherever they live, Japan. And they're like, "Mom," because he's just crying. Or she just as he's just crying. walking through the alleyways, there's people just staring at him, ignoring him, not helping him 1 second. So he bumps into this strange guy in the alleyway. This guy is covered in like sweat, blood dripping from his hands as he looks at a concrete wall, and he was punching a wall for. He says, "Sorry, sir." As he walks away, and he looks up, he sees this guy with the blindfold over his eyes, and he's like, "Where, sir? Where is your nose?" And he takes his blindfold off and says, "Here it is." He says, "Oh, that's cool." Yeah, see, we all know who this is. It's Stain, but way before he's, turns into Stain. He's a kid. Where your parents at? My mom kicked me out the car. She says not to come back. And as he says, "So, what kind of quirk you have?" "You must be quirkless." As Izuku nods and said, "Parents, come with me." As he picks up Izuku and, takes him back at him. "My name is," I forgot, well, I'm looking at his name. As he said, "My name is Chizumi," what was his name? Goro something? But you just call me Chizumi. He says, "Thank you, mister. My name is Izuku Midoriya. Mm, you probably won't be having that last name. So you'll be having my last name instead." He says, "What for?" "Because I'm going to adopt you, kid." He says, "Really?" As he says, "Why do you have shades on?" "Well, I have these on because whenever I make eye contact with somebody or look at them, they hate me." He said, "Take them off." As he took them off and see that his eyes are crimson red, and he'd be like, "Whoa." As his body will begin to feel a little sluggish and slow. He says, "Hmm, now I see what people are talking about." So he'll try gripping his hand as hard as he can, but he's like, "Oh, what the?" Hmm. All right, put them back on. As he puts them back on, then as soon as he puts them back on, he feels his strength come back to his body. Then he grips his hand and flexes muscles. He's like, "Hmm, that's probably your quirk, kid." He said, "What are you talking about?" "Your quirk. It's able to weaken people's, you know, physical strength." "Is there anything else?" "No, I don't think so." Hmm. Kid, sit right there for a second. All right. This is gonna hurt a little bit. As he sticks Deku with a small knife, he plucks his finger like, "Ow!" "I know. Now come here." Then as Izuku, like, "What's going on, sir?" He said, "Don't worry." He he swipes the blood off his finger and says, "Okay, now take your glasses off." He says, "All right." So he licks Izuku blood. He says, "Do you feel anything?" Izuku shakes his head. "Mm-mm." Then he says, "Put your shades back on." He says, "All right." As soon as he puts them back on, Izuku's body will become paralyzed, sitting right there in the chair. He says, "I can't move." "Oh, don't worry, kid. You'll be able to move in a little bit. My quirk is called blood curl, and this makes the person's body become paralyzed if I lick their blood." He says, "Then why did you do it to me?" "To test something." "Test what?" "Basically, your quirk cancels out other people's quirks if you make physical contact with them, well, eye contact." He says, so why couldn't the doctors find it?" "Probably because it's a genetic mutation. It's not really a quirk. It's just how your body is." She says, "Wow." So as we skip 10 years, Izuku was 5 at the moment, so he's about, he's gonna be 16. Is it like, let's say 11 years later? So he's like, "Hey," as he calls, Stain's dad. He says, "Hey, dad." He says, "Yeah, I got I got the little boomerang stick you were looking for at the store." He says, "Thanks." As Deku is fit, like he's like, I say he's like at a Mirio level, but he's like a medium mini Mirio with scars on his body. Well, not visible scars. He says basically he's this, but not crazy. So he says, "Yeah, I got the stuff he was looking for." And she says, "All right, meet me in the backyard." Yo, they have pedestals outside. There's like meditating. Then Izuku wears a blindfold so he won't like use his quirk on accident. Says he basically uses quirks. Well, he could see like perfectly with his blindfold on, but if he closes his eyes, it's kind of hard to see because closing your eyes. So he says, "All right, you ready?" Izuku got his eyes closed. As Stain will be fast, like as Stain will throw shurikens and kunais at Deku, as Deku will sense them. Kind of like with like Avatar, when you have like the Earth thing, he'll feel the vibrations of the air. He'll catch both of them doing a cartwheel. They lands on his feet. They say it was like, I'm impressed. As he'll move at supersonic speed, not supersonic speed, he'll like move real fast and throw 4 blades at him. A short katana, a shuriken, and a knife. And Deku like, he says, "Really?" I said, "Dodge all of them, then catch the kunai, then throws it back at Sting. Sting catches it." What? What are you talking about? We do that all the time, but not the katana, Dad. Come on. He says, "Sorry about that. I feel like you need to do some more, you know, exercising." He says, as he feels, you know, he says, "I thought you said you peed your blindfold on." He says, "Well, you kind of do deserve it." He says, as he says, "You're doing real good, kid. You still going to UA, right?" "I don't know." He says, Hey, oh, sorry about that. No. As he says, "I don't know. I might just not. I don't know how I'm gonna get in with a quirk like mine." He says, "Don't worry about it." As he says, "Can I go out tonight with you, please?" And he says, "Fine, just for tonight." Stain has. This is where Stain has like begun to like beat up villains. It's not beat up villains, beat up heroes instead of killing them. But he says, as he thinks to the last night, he says, "That can't happen." Then he thinks of, what's it called? Well, it did appear on the news saying, um, hey, say hi. Say hi. She don't want to say hi to y'all. And she'll say, no, she says, "All right, let's go on tonight." Izuku has this outfit, but he wears a mask and a blindfold. Imagine that mask with a blindfold. He doesn't have the long katana on his back. He only has 2 short ones on his back with chain. Then he has, gloves on, and he wears like a fake wig. So his hair color is gonna be white with the wig. So as he's like getting ready for tonight, he says, "Yes, finally." As somebody will say, "Stop right there, hero killer." As Izuku was like, "Huh? Hero killer?" Then he's like, "We'll talk about that later." As he said, "You killed the man last night. A good hero. That hero wanted nothing but money. Nothing more, nothing less." He's like, as, "Hey, quit biting me." As Stain will run towards the hero, saying, "You chose the wrong night to play." As the hero has a water quirk hero. Is a water. So he has, as he charges towards him, then cuts the guy's fin off on his cheek. He says, "Ah!" As the guy shoots water and Stain. This is like powerful water. So he's like, "Ah!" As Izuku comes out of nowhere, slip the dudes under his legs, then kick him in the face. As he says, "Why you?" As he lifts one of his eyes on the guy's face. His as he tries shooting, what's it call it? The water out of his hand. His what? My quirk. Then Deku was like, too bad. As Deku takes out his bat and swings the guy in the head, cracking his skull. Hey girl, hey. He says, my head. Then it's Deku in a fury of rage because he Stain is like the only person that he cared for. Smushed the guy's brains in, hitting it over and over and over. And this is a metal bat as well, which hurts. I'm sorry. You don't want me talking to them? Okay, give me a minute. Alright, my fault. As Stain grabs Deku saying, stop, kid, stop. Son, as he stops. Says, I'm sorry. I didn't know what happened to me. I just got so mad. And I know. As he look at the hero, and his brains are all over the place. And he looks at his bat like, did I just? Yes, you did. You have to accept it. You can't longer in the past, okay? He says, all right. Then, 10 months, and Stain has been giving himself a name about, killing heroes. And he does double the killing spree of heroes that he did in canon, because, he has Deku by his side helping him. Then one night he runs into Eraserhead. He runs to Eraserhead. Hey, get out your bowl. If you wanted food, just say so. Is Yeah, he runs to Eraserhead. Eraserhead is like, you killed a lot of heroes. Time to turn you in. Well, you don't want money? Why would I want to need money? I always hate the fame, so why would I want that? Then, as they love fight, Izuku is watching this, and he he tries his best not to look at Stain. He just looks at Aizawa, but it feel like Stain gets caught in it, he's gonna say sorry. So as he runs, and Aizawa is highly skilled. He's high skilled level than Stain. So he's hunting off his own between Deku and Stain. But Deku being younger is more faster and stronger. But Stain is more wiser and he can use his techniques. Sorry about that. As he'll try not to get in Satan's way. As it will be tag teaming like Itadori and that one dude. I don't know his name. So as they'll be tag team, but Aizawa is way more skilled as he been in the game longer than Stain. He'll be like, you got some promise. Even that kid you have. You two related? That's none of your business. As they'll be talking, he's like, I'm sorry, Dad. And she's like, oh, goodness. And he says, sorry. Then keep running. They keep punching. He says, you need to get out of here, kid. And Stan will bump into Izuzu, bumping into another building. As they crash through the window, he says, Stan. And as he follows her, he says, oh. As he'll do, they break through walls and through people apartments. He's like, oh, cool, Eraserhead. He's like, kid, get over here. As he says, it's time for you to get turned in. He says, you could try. As he'll as I will dislocate Stain's shoulder. He says, ah. The Deku will come out of nowhere and kicks him. As he'll lift his blindfold like this. I'm not saying why is it like this. I'm like, he lifts one eye up just to like stop him from being too fast. He says, it's time for you to slow down. As his eyes turns red, making eye contact with him, he says, you can't be. As he punches Aizawa in the face, knocking him out. He said, and he run back to saying, are you okay? He said, yeah, don't worry about it. As he said, come on. Then a few months later, as Deku is by himself, because Stain is still, recovering from his shoulder. He just, as he runs into this weird person, a guy with covered in pink, wearing a suit and tie with yellow eyes. He says, so, are you a hero? Haven't heard of you. As he says, I'm no hero. Hold on. As he says, my name is Blood. Blood. Well, if you're related to this thing, that would be great. What do you want with him? As he's like, so what about it? That's perfect. Would you please come with me? First, state your name. As he throws a kunai right behind him, revealing Shigaraki. Shigaraki will catch it between his fingers and grabs it real tight and turns it to dust. That was my favorite one too. I made that myself. He says, well, I'm sorry about that, kid. As he'll walk past Deku, saying, so, I'm gonna need you to come with us. As he starts scratching his neck. So, you must be Shigaraki. So you heard of me. Of course. A man that decays things to scratch his neck. Also, you wear a face on your hand on your face. Not that hard to recognize you. He just, So he's like, alright. So he's like, Anyways, we need you to. I need you to join us. You mean you won't stain to join you? You can help as well. Doesn't even matter. He says, I have to run to buy home. This is the only number you could contact me from. If I see any, if you gotta call me, just call me on here. As they'll like, as they both look at the number, it says, "Fuck you thought." It says, "You little." They turn up, then they look up to see that he's gone. God damn it! As Shigaraki will punch the wall. My goddamn hand. He says, "Are you okay, young master?" He says, "Yes. Let's go." Then, he says, I met these two strange guys today. What do you mean? They wanted to know about you and say if you joined them. Was it the League of Villains? Yep, the League of Villains. Oh, crap. What did you give them? Oh, I gave them that note that you gave me. I bet they're mad right now. You know they are. And she says, well, I guess I'll have to meet them myself then. I'm going with you. But you're only watching from afar. Is that understood? He says, yes, sir. Yes. He says, alright, so this is the building that I met them on. You just gotta do it. Wait until they get here. As, an hour goes past and he sees this portal on the other side of the building appears. And she correctly like, nice to see you again. As he sees Deku on the right, he says, you little brat. How dare you give me a fake number? He says, hey, nice to see you, hand job. He says, as he falls and appears right in front of Stain. I need you to join us. We have a mission coming up, and we really need your assistance. He says, I guess. What's in it for me? You get to kill lots of fake heroes. And even All Might's gonna be there. As Deku will hear All Might, I wanna go, Dad, can I go? I wanna go. As he's hopping up and down, jumping around Stain. Stain's grabbing by his head. Calm down. Yes, sir. Oh, hold on. As Stain will say, I got brain freeze. Just got some food. So Shigaraki's like, we're gonna need your help for this mission. Stan will say, no. And Shigaraki's like, excuse me? The kid will go with you. I won't be assisting you. And why we have to have the kid? Because he's basically me, but way faster. I trained him since he was 5 years old, okay? I know what I'm doing. If something happens, it happens. He knows that. Then he'll say, fine. Oh, I just realized I just lit my white mic for that part. I hate myself. As he says, fine. As he says, you do good. Then he pats Deku's head. Then he says, get out of here. As he goes through the portal, he's saying, well, how do we do this? Where do we go? Where are we going? We're going to UA. UA? I always wanted to go UA. I never done it. You talk a lot, kid, don't you? He says, yeah, sorry. He says, don't worry about it. Sorry. You can stop, sorry. He's like, do you always say sorry? Your name should be sorry, not blood. Okay. As he says, walking out, he says, oh, a TV screen. What do you have on TV? As he grabs the controller and turns it on. TV. And he says, you're not supposed to play with that. He almost decays it. And we're like, oh crap. He says, Shigaraki, we need another controller. He says, okay, young master. Then he turns it on, revealing all for one. Saying, oh, so who is this boy? This is Stain's successor. He said, So he'll be accompanying us on our mission. As Shigaraki will say, yes, master. Then he'll be like, so we'll start in 2 days. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. He said we start in 2 days. Yeah, plenty of time to rest and be prepared. Deku says, are we going loud or stealthy? Loud. He says, alright then, I'll get my guns. Deku will get is as Stain is master of swords fighting, but Deku's like swords fighting and guns like that. So he says, "Yeah, how about I use my guns on this part? It's gonna be fun." And All Might gonna be there. Say less. But he's not gonna kill All Might because All Might is no number one true hero. Good. As he basically this outfit, but hold on. I know. This isn't like the Red Hood, Stay Quirk. This what it is. I did check those videos now. I'm gonna redo it. Don't worry. Basically, he has the blindfold on, but he has like a red mask. Then he has the bulletproof suit on. Then he has a jacket. Then he has his two. Then he has like 4 pistols on him, just in case he loses one of the other ones. He has 4. So now, as he's like going through the records of everybody quirks, he's like, Then he sees Bakugo. He says, Bakugo, I know this girl. He said, yeah, we went to the same middle school. And I moved. That's using the air quotation marks. Oh, hold on. Sorry about that. She woke up. As Deku was alright. Let's get this party starting then. As he walks through the gate, he sees 13 and Eraserhead. As he looks at Eraserhead, Eraserhead looks at him like, I remember you. Your blood. Nice to see you again, old man. As he taps his head with his gun, he said, let's get started. As Shigaraki blocks his hand, or blocks in his way, and says, no, we wait. We use the other pawns for now. You are my knights. You stand right here next to me. He says, fine, I guess. As he'll sit down, get a piece of rock. Well, he actually get a chair from, the bartender. Sits down. He says, how long do I have to wait here? Until I say so. He's getting close. I can see he's getting really, really, really close. Fine, you can go. Yes. As he runs towards Aizawa and he kicks him in the back like, hey, don't forget about me. He says, as he puts away his guns, square up then, loser. As he says, kid, you have no right to be here. Yeah, whatever. As he punches, dodge, as he dodging and weaving, as he's like all around the place. When I say he's fast, he's like super speed of Sonic fast from One Punch Man. He's like that fast. work because he mostly uses his legs all the time to kick. Then he punches like really hard. Then he's like all around. Then Aizawa finally gets him with his scarf all around his leg. He's oh crap! So he throws him in the air, then pulls him down, crashing to like a small crater. He's Aizawa gets on top of him, then punches him dead in the face. But before he does that, he kind of tears his blindfold off and opens his eyes, looking dead into his eye. He says, as they both like cancel out each other's quirks. It makes this little ringing ringing noise in everybody's ears. As he's like, ah, as everybody starts yelling. Then Izuku will like kind of concentrate, then punch him in the face. Then he's like, what the hell was that? As he'll feel sluggish, and everybody else will feel sluggish. Like, what the hell? Then as no, like Shigaraku will like, as he'll touch the chair with all four of his fingers, and he's like, what? Don't tell me that kid can solve all other quirks. Hmm. Is it possible that he's? I don't want to think about it now. Maybe later. As I will sidekick Izuku in the head, knocking him out. And did I explain? Yeah, he also has a younger sister. She's a year younger than him. And UA is to college, so he's 19, about to be 20 next month, which means she's 18. Then she's, and as I was like, then All Might comes through with the Feast of Nomu, yada yada. They take Deku into custody as they take off his, blindfold and his mask, and he's like, where am I? Well, blood. As he's in the interrogation room by a police officer, he says, "This is a far your villain career ago. You have killed multiple heroes." He says, half of those were actually, staying, not me. I was just there for assistance. Be like, blah blah blah. As they'll see, he has like a kid personality, but he can also be real serious as an adult. He says, "So, what? I kill people. Even heroes kill people. Is that a problem? Even when they don't mean to, they can kill people." And they be quiet, like, Then the room be like, "Yeah, thought I thought." Then what else happened? Um, All Might and Aizawa, you know, um, walk through. He says, "So, as All Might would feel a bit like sluggish in his movement, he's like, so this is the one you were talking about, Aizawa, yeah." As he puts, um, like blindfold over his face, he says, "No, I feel like them myself." Then he says, "So, what is your name?" "My name is Izuku." "What else?" "Just Izuku, nothing more." He says, "So." Then he says that as he tips some blood and gets a DNA test from him. As it takes about 24 hours or a day. Everybody's like, "Hey, where's Izuku at?" Or "Where's blood at?" He said, "Oh, they captured him." That's staying like, I was afraid that would happen. Well, whatever happens. Is everybody's like, what the? He doesn't care? Oh, trust me, I care. This is just the perfect time to find out who his real father is. His real father. Well, Stain is smart. He figured out as soon as Deku was 4 and like took away his quirk. He said, "You don't know who his father is?" "No, who?" "His father is Eraserhead," as All Might was saying. A little cool transition. He said, "Eraserhead, we need to talk. This boy seems to be your son." Eraserhead, "Pardon?" "Yes, he has your blood type and everything. You can't even lie, he looks just like you. Long black hair, with red eyes when you activate your quirk as well. and also cancel out other quirks. We need to look into each other's eyes. He said there was a ringing sensation throughout the whole building, correct? He says, yeah. Why? He says, then, is there anyone that you done with? He says, like, around 19 years ago, then me and Joke has been fooling around lately, but she's not. Have you asked her? No. I remember when me and her, me, you, and who, this girl I used to go to college with, me and her fooled around, but nothing else, nothing more. Then she said, he says, hmm, is your man, as Aizawa again, he said, is your mom Inko Midoriya? Then Izuku will get pissed off when he hears that name and flips the table. And he yells, don't you ever say her name. That bitch left me for some guy that didn't even want me. And he'll say, wow, as he hugs Izuku and starts to cry. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry for not being there with you. As I'm going to leave this off here. I hope you all enjoy, and part two will be coming out today as well. I'm really hoping everybody will love this series, as I always wanted to. I had this idea on my mind for like 2 days, and I've been thinking about it. And I was also wondering if you all want, what if Deku was Joker, or what if Deku had Spider Man's power or Venom power? Not Venom power. If he had like a symbiote. So that's all up to you in the comments. Just make sure you like, subscribe, and share with your friends about it. And I'll see you all in a little bit.